The Horry County Democratic Party wants to educate eligible voters in Horry County on voter registration requirements and how you can safely vote in the June 9, 2020 primary election. Voting is your right. Use it to make change happen. To register, you must be a resident of South Carolina, at least 18 years of age, not legally declared mentally incompetent, and not currently incarcerated. However, if you have done your time, you can register and you can vote. Now that you meet the voting criteria, how do you register if you are new to South Carolina? There are 3 ways: in person at the voter registration office, via mail, or online. If you've previously registered in South Carolina but are not currently active in the system, request a reinstatement as an active voter at the voter registration office. You can register to vote at any time. However, if you want to vote in a specific election, your registration request must be received or postmarked 30 days or more before that election. The deadline for the June 9th primary is May 9th. Don't be deprived of your right to vote. Before voting, make sure everything is in order by going to www.scvotes.org. Verify your name and address are correct, and also verify where to go to vote, as some locations have changed for this year's elections. If you want to know who the candidates are, you can download a sample ballot when you check your registration, or you can request one from the voter registration office. Women need to get out and vote. There are 3 ways to vote in South Carolina: in person on election day at the polling place, in-person absentee at the Horry County Registration Office, or via mail-in absentee ballot. HCDP reminds everyone that your safety comes first. When voting in person, follow the CDC recommendations and make use of devices provided for the touchscreen if they are available. You might also have your own pen to make things easier and quicker when you sign in at check-in. Practice social distancing and be mindful when in close contact with poll workers. Use hand sanitizer or wash your hands thoroughly after using the voting machine. Utilize curbside voting if you're eligible. All in-person voting, whether at your polling place or at the voter registration office, requires one of these photo IDs with an address that matches the voter roll. Ask the poll manager if you need a provisional ballot. Check to see if you're eligible for in-person absentee or mail-in absentee voting. You must meet at least one of the criteria listed on this slide or the next to vote absentee in South Carolina. If you want to vote in-person absentee, voting starts 30 days prior to the election. For the June 9th primary this year, you can vote at the voter registration office in Conway on May 4th up to 5 p.m. on June 8th. Voting is the most important thing you can do. Mail-in absentee requires submitting an application to have a ballot mailed to you. Applications can be picked up at voter registration, downloaded online, or by calling, faxing, or emailing the voter registration office. Make sure you provide all the required information on your application request to avoid rejection or delay. Once the application is approved, a ballot packet will be sent to the address you provided. Make sure you follow the instructions provided in the mail-in absentee voting packet. And also make sure that you have a witness sign the return envelope in the space provided. If there is no witness signature, your vote won't be counted. Your ballot must be postmarked no later than the day of the election. It can also be returned in person at the voter registration office by you or someone you have designated. Mail-in absentee ballots cannot be accepted at your polling location on the day of the election. This year, it is very important to check for updates that may occur before the June 9th primary or the November 3rd general election. Both HCDP and www.scvotes.org have the most current information. As HCDP Chair Don Kahn says, this is the most consequential election of our lifetime. Exercise your right to vote, and please be safe at the polls.